Have you ever wrestled with your life on the line? Monster Girl Wrestling is the most insane manga I've ever read, but the art, character design, and paneling is so good that I can't help but adore it. Written by Tsuneyo and drawn by Ganmare, it follows a hellhound girl named Tiro as she climbs the ranks in the wrestling world and fights godlike beings that actually want to kill her. The art style is incredible. The artist truly understands the appeal of Monster Girls. Look at the variety of these designs, it's enough to make me cry. I will have to censor a lot, so please read the original if you are interested. I've never seen anyone talk about this series, so I'm here to convince you to love it and talk about it and read it. After ancient monsters got summoned into the world by a demon lord, hybrids came shortly after. Naturally, when peace was restored, the newest trend became hybrid wrestling, or Monster Girl Wrestling. Tiro, our protagonist, is a part of the group Leza, featuring a Scylla, an arachnid, a harpy, a druid, a centaur, and a referee Cyclops. The issue is that Tiro sucks. She failed her debut 15 times. She was recruited off the street as an orphan by the Scylla Kayla. The group is just peacefully walking down the street when they are ambushed by Ajita, a snake girl descended from Azidahaka. She is part of WME, the World Monrez Foundation, the top wrestlers in the world. She's here to recruit Kayla for sexy barbed wire photo shoots and a lot more money than she makes now. But Kayla respects the underdogs, so Ajita strikes at Tiro, Kayla blocking it with her own body. Well, she still gets bitten pretty hard. Tiro locks in, letting her big dog head spring out and lunge at Ajita, who drops Kayla in a stylish manner. Everyone groups up to stop her, but Tiro gets smacked back to hell. Ayn gets choked in a good way. Urus goes for an axe kick while Dolly goes tree mode and locks her in place. Naka ties her legs while Pippi goes for an airstrike, but gets eaten instead. Tastes like chicken. Tiro growls again. Grrr. I won't let you hurt my senpais. Her awesome dog head smashed into the ground, narrowly dodged. Ajita runs away, content to fight on the big ring instead. Everyone's safe and sound, except for Kayla in the hospital. Yeah, Pippi got, spit out, thankfully. I don't want to wait to fight that snake, so let's fight now. Tiro runs forward and trips. Is she not taking this seriously? Ajita rips her own flesh to spew forth bugs, just as her legends foretold. Tiro can't do much about the bugs, but it also doesn't do much to her. The ref though, youch. So instead, her shadowy, snaky arms lift her up and crash her into the ground while she begins to swallow her whole. She's so weak, she can't seem to bring out that same instinctual power from before. Huh? What's that? Dolly is getting a call? Kayla is dead? No way! She punches through the snake, frantically ripping through the body. Blood, wicked claws, in a frenzy. These are her instincts. But Ajita isn't done. From the hole in her body, more insects crawl out. So Tiro breathes in and screams so loud that the bugs explode in the air. Before Ajita can even clear her mind, the dog head starts ripping her arm off. The ref is long passed out at this point. She opens her maw even wider, but neglects the knife that strikes her from behind, straight into her teeth. She keeps ripping and tearing into her flesh until a no contest is finally declared. Yeah, the whole death thing was a lie. Who could have seen that coming? But the instincts it drew out, that's no joke. Tiro goes back to normal while Ajita is left pretty much pulverized. And the crowd, witnessing that bloody cage match, hated it. That sucked. I want a refund. They wanted Ajita to win. Tiro gets a long-deserved rest, and in the morning Kayla cooks up some squid ink pasta. Yummers. Thanks to demi-human awesomeness, regenerating a few limbs is easy peasy. Straight back to training, some back-breaking exercises with the girls. Literally. During the highly necessary bath scene I love oh so much, a slime girl jumps out of the drain. She's the weakest member of WME, so she wants to fight Tiro as a chance to get some spotlight at a main event. How flattering. Tiro agrees enthusiastically, of course. More training in order, but all they can really do is try and rage bait her to try and bring out that power again. There's a reason why she is so hesitant. What's the best way to bring out this emotion? Kayla standing on top of an abandoned building and jumping off of it, of course. She immediately jumps off too, but can't reach. So she clings to the wall and runs down it, grabbing Kayla in the air. Her dogs go big mode and cushion the fall. It's clear that Tiro can manifest her power at will. She is just scared of it going berserk. And only when it's for her friends can she push past her fear. But monster wrestling is for her friends, and her future. She can do it. The next match are Howling Doggy versus the assassin from WME in blob form. She's a little nervous too. Tiro kicks her head off, but it doesn't matter. Slimes can't feel that. No matter, her roar can shake liquid. Hoovervin switches to the offensive, but she's really slow, and she trips and falls. The WME has their own failure too, huh? It really reminds her of herself. Until the slime coalesces around her feet and grabs her. She really is a dumb little doggy. Trapped in slime, Tiro drowns to a dirty trap, but Fururun doesn't mind. She has only one person to impress, and she's wrapped in bandages because of her. Slimes are a weak species, getting to join Ajita's organization and be with the rising stars unprecedented. Yet all she could dream of was being the one to melt that confidence into nothing. Tiro took that from her. She is launched straight out of the ring, unconscious on the ground. But this is what training is for. Those sweet treats, that wonderful Yuri, they can be hers if she gets right back up. Straight into the air, a flip into a head-crushing drop kick. She's still unconscious. In Legend, each of Cerberus's heads took turns sleeping, so she can keep moving as long as one is awake. Impressive, but still doesn't work against slimes, unless she hits the core next time. To make that harder, Fururun splits into two bodies and goes for a Melter Cross. Tiro can defend, but she's too sticky to run away, so her wolf screams in her ear, and she is woken up next to two hot slime girls. She jumps away, for some reason, and prepares another charge. But Fururun creates a massive slime sphere to catch her. Tiro has only one choice, an ancient technique bestowed upon all canines. The doggy paddle. She swims through the slime and knees the core head on. She wins! What an amazing fight. Such a victory deserves a beach episode. Hot gals in swimsuits and classic tropes, what more could you ask for? Here to ruin all of that is Van Lam, the vampire president of Beleza and her cool golem familiar. As a marketing stunt, they need to play volleyball against each other. That's it. Have you ever played volleyball with your life on the line? Scylla slap, horse kick, harpy knee drop, vampire... Oh, that's actually terrifying. Super ultra combo, and it misses. Tiro wins! The next match is a tag fight with a stranger, so she is gonna need some more training. The boss sends her to get through her vampire mansion full of traps. Really evil traps, like delicious meat that leads to a pitfall with demons and skeletons that try and kill you. Wait a second, dogs love bones. Rolling boulder instead. Evil crushing machine. Elementary level puzzles. The Grim Reaper! Finally, the final trial, a huge, ginormous mecha. Wasn't this a vampire mansion? Punches don't really work, it nearly crushes her. So she goes serious mode by will, and still nearly gets crushed. The vampire boss gives her a tip. Weight is seriously important in battle, but it can also work against people if it's not properly distributed. So Tiro waits for it to go off balance to slam it into the ground. Pretty good showing, but she didn't use any cool powers, so 50 points. Tiro's tag partner, crashing in, covered in jewelry, is Ryuka, a dragon girl. The match is a few days away, and they just met. Match time! This tournament is full of global competitors. We got mummies and Anubai, police and psychos, two Slavic spirits, fox girls and Kappa, eldritch creatures, American cats and bunnies, our enemies, and our allies. Kinda. Tiro hates Ryuka. For good reason too. Ryuka extorts her for money just to be friends. The first match, Almenis vs Beleza. The Anubis, Newbie, opens with a flying coffin that crushes the referee. Ryuka challenges the mummy Raimi's big hand thing with her own badass dragon arm cannon. Fire should be great against a mummy, but she unwraps her hollow body to spew sand. These two are actually working together. They are great partners. Great partners indeed. Ryuka takes the chance to kick her, grabbing Raimi's head and flying into an aerial slam. He has her pinned, but Newbie just tosses a coffin to break it, hitting them both. Newbie practically verbally abuses Raimi, but this only makes her stronger. After all, she won the Mummy Battle Royale to become her partner. If she loses, she'll get thrown away. Tiro has her own feelings about this. Tag out. Raimi extends her arm to wrap up Tiro, encasing her into a giant suplex, but she just kicks free. She's angered at Newbie alone. She chomps both her arms, hardening her hair to use as a whip and smack her. Raimi tries to help her, but Ryuka slices up her hands. Anyone who lives in fear, dependent on others, and acts only on someone else's behest, has no right to be fighting. Those two aren't far apart. All that mattered was who took them in. Newbie narrowly evades Tiro, but her heads are everywhere. It's time for her finisher, the Cerberus Stunner. They win! Raimi carries off Newbie's body, relegated to being her first and only friend. Ryuka asks the one question we've all been thinking. Why is everyone so damn horny all the time? Because it's hot, that's why. Training time! They must dress up as hot clown girls. How is this training? I don't know. Ajita and Fururun were supposed to be the next match, but they got ambushed beforehand and lost by default. It definitely wasn't the mischievous fox girl and cutesy magical girl. The circus training is a trapeze act with a scary monster girl at the bottom if you fall. Oh no! Hero falls immediately, but Ryuka doesn't catch her. Time to saw Ryuka in half. He's really gonna kill her. Whoops! Ryuka blows fire in her face, and now Dolly is dead. Rip Dolly, you were a real one. Dryads can be grafted back, so she's fine. It's not till the Psycho Girls do their own trick that makes them burn with jealousy. They can do it too. Plus, fiery hoops and human cannonballs. These enemies are actually pretty cool. Afterward, Ryuka's sister shows up. Ryuka is a lot nicer around her sister, who believes she's the top star and president. It's sweet, but afterward her sister flies home all alone. The Psychos first have to fight against that mischievous group, in which the straitjacket girl rips off her mask and turns into a giant boar. Whoa! She crashes straight into the fox girl, but that's a trick. It was the ref, again! The magical girl snatches her very soul from her body and beats her while she's down in front of everyone. So Tiro charges in to kick her in the face, but she doesn't dodge. The crowd will believe the crying magical girl anyway. A disqualification will be in order. That's right, this is her fight. Stay back and just watch. He lunges and grabs the magical girl, perfect for a spike attack, but you can't out-grapple a Kappa, and she gets reversed instead. The match is actually over now. Tiro could protest, but Ryuka begs her not to. Interrupting there wasn't a kindness, it's an insult. Ryuka hurries to the orphanage where her sister lives to drop off her earnings. The place is nice, but she's prepared to fight her old enemies for it. Due to Tiro's interruption, those bastards get to choose the ring they will be fighting in. Even worse, they are calling Tiro a rabid runt on TV. We need to relax with the party. Wait, they are here too? Why? Oh well, they get to have a drinking match. It doesn't go well for either side. It's time for the big match. Crashing in on a giant sea dragon are Tiro and Ryuka, who then slice it to pieces. They're leaning in on being the villains. Ryuka begins with a guillotine chop with her wings, but Yoko counters with her own blade. In fact, her whole body is covered in razors. Winning by using the same technique your opponent thinks is her specialty is the best way of all to crush someone's pride. No matter, Ryuka burns her to a crisp, but she disappears right behind her for a crush. Tiro tries to tag her out, but Garappa slaps her with a big fish, knocking her into the water. Underwater is a lot of fish, mermaids, and a second ring. You know who is really good at fighting underwater? Kappas. Good thing Tiro learned how to swim. Not really. She's drowning, and the only way to save her, to exchange oxygen, is to kiss. Yes! They pick her afterward. Garappa tries to step in, but gets blown away instead. Tiro hits a 1-2-3 combo using her hair as a spring. She tries to resurface, but Yoko summons sea angels instead. Ryuka would help, but she has her own issues. If the water sucks, and there's no ground nearby, they'll just have to make some ground. Those circus tricks were actually super secret dark evil techniques made to defeat the Demon Lord. Actually. Starting with spinning really fast to make a huge tornado, thus clearing the water and raining fish down on everyone. Ryuka throws Tiro and she just straight up wails on Yoko. He throws a razor, but it bounces off her hair and straight into Garappa. It's fine, she bought enough time to control every single one of the referees. It's a curse upon them to be beaten to a pulp. So much wasted energy, but it doesn't matter because they are moving with a purpose. Even a giant sea dragon is nothing for the dog and her wings. Tiro grabs Yoko, flying in the air with Ryuka and crashing her head first into Garappa. That's it for them. In the jaws of defeat, powerless, they reveal their darkest secret. Why they toy with everyone is because it's fun. They love smurfing and BMing. Yeah, they're hopeless. But hey, you can always start over. Never too late for that. Until a giant tentacle monster spews forth, crushing and mangling them alive. It's the Eldritch group. The ref tries to stop them with her disqualification cannon, but she flicks it away, straight into another ref. The Russian monsters stand up to fight them, being their next battle, freezing the Eldritch creatures solid. But cold winds are nothing to a god beyond nature. They too are devoured, and they turn to the audience. Tiro runs at them only to stop in place. What is that thing? Banlam saves them with a kick. She's seen them before, banned long ago. Her job is to nurture the future, not stay stuck in the past. If it's a fair fight they want, it's a fair fight they'll get in the ring. But as it stands, they have no chance. So Van Wem will bring them to the super special training ground for real this time. I promise this one is actually special. A one-way trip to Diversion Island in the Big Mecca. Threatened by a big moth lady, they'll have to survive until rescue arrives. The moth is a cute girl, but that face is fake. They crash into the island and wake up rescued by a cyborg girl. Ryuka isn't doing so hot though, the queen moth is petrifying her body. The only cure is a holy spring in the moth's den, but she can't count how many left to save their comrades and never returned. And she has a lot of fingers. Mission time! Get to the mountain before evening. First, get through the Hydra jungle. Where did she get grenades from? Then, climb past the pterodactyls. Don't get pecked. Remember, this is for Ryuka, who really misses her sister. A member of Beleza, a member of family. After 7 hours, inside the cave is... wow, so many corpses. This thing is evil. Cyborg Lady will stand back to handle it, but oh my gosh, she's getting torn up. No matter, giant insect cannon. A blast that can take down even behemoths in the warp dam. Cerberus Fang! But it barely hurts her scales. What to do? She doesn't know. So just more power. More power mode, activate. Her dogs have turned into armor, giving her claws the strength to lacerate it. Hey, Cyborg Lady's still alive. T-Ro's not going to kill the moth. There's no joy in taking another's life. Ryuka's safe, but bleh, that spring water tasted terrible. They've earned the right to come home. A nutritious meal is in order. After all, they're gonna have to fight those things. They aren't wrestlers, they are descendants of old rulers, only here to bring destruction to all sides. Anywhere there is conflict, they can show. It took both sides of the war to bring them down, but we're just some wrestlers. Kayla is willing to teach T-Row a legendary technique like no other. We haven't seen it until now because it ends the career of the one who passes it down. T-Row has grown so much in such a short time, but she won't let Kayla sacrifice herself. They train for a week straight with everything they got until they collapse, and an eye appears in the sky. The looming tower that none can approach, none except them. Our heroes! Dolly springs forth a tree that Urus runs up. Naka protects them from attacks until demon things attack too. But Ryuka catches her midair and Pippi steps up, or flies up, to challenge them. So T-Row and Ryuka enter the stage on the eclipse, a black sun where madness descends. They're not here to play around. Floating eyes emerge to broadcast the fight to everyone, all eyes on the final match. T-Row kicks forward for a Cerberus Fang with the mouth gapes open, so Ryuka burns it shut and lands a direct blow. T-Row is stronger, but she didn't steal this strength, she inherited it. Her purpose, her pride, and her hopes. T-Row has gained Kayla's strength. She dodges and kicks with a grace unlike anything before. The creature laughs, amused at the power born of chaos between mortals and monsters. T-Row smashes the face of the smaller one, Ryuka catching her midair and crushing her neck. The chaos grows weary, combining into one monstrous force, a being that can wipe existence itself. It's scary, but T-Row doesn't need some special technique. What she needs is what she always had, the confidence to fight. Just get in there and hit 'em hard. Who cares if it's cosmic? Kick chaos in the face. And it's down. T-Row wins. Afterward, things return to normal. Beleza is now the top company and T-Row the top star. They get a whole castle to train the next generation in. Ryuka returned to being a bounty hunter. After reaching the top, she needs new money-making thrills. T-Row disappeared for a while, back down in hell, but is returning for the anniversary of Beleza. It's a rainy day and she spots an orphan on the street, just like her. So she asks, "Are you interested in monster wrestling?" The grand stage where all gather to watch monsters fight. She too has the same light in her eyes she once did. And she gets to watch T-Row fight, her glorious return match, against none other than Kayla. The danger is gone, the world is at peace, and monster girls will wrestle. The end. What a lovely manga. I hope you enjoyed it. There's so much more pretty art, funny dialogue, and bonus stuff in the original, so please check it out if you were even a little interested. I was somehow able to buy my copies at a local bookstore. Thank you for watching, and have a Monster Girl-tastic day. If I had a nickel for every time the main enemy of my video was a chaotic being that can erase existence, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.